And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to another set from the King of Ireland tournament. Today we have some matches from the Bronze Division, Hardwired Legends versus zeus2g. The first map of the set is Irish Arabia, but before we get into that, let's take a look at where these players are in seeding. So we have zeus2g coming in here at calculated 1049. And Hardwired Magic or Hardwired Legend coming in at 1154. So even though he's directly above zeus2g in terms of ranking and seeding, he has about 100 ELO difference. So we'll see what zeus2g can do with it. We have seen upsets in the past. Let's take a look at their Civ draft now. So here we are with Hardwired Magic, having selected Aztecs, Persians, Britons, Byzantines, Lithuanians, Tatars, Cumans, and Indians. And zeus2g has selected Mayans, Mongols, Bohemians, Franks, Japanese, Huns, Berbers, and Ethiopians. Hardwired Legend sniping the Bohemians from zeus2g at the end of all that, and zeus2g in turn sniping the Aztecs at the end of all of those choices. So, in the green, on the left-hand side for Irish Arabia, is zeus2g. He is playing as the Mayans. He starts the game PopCap. Let's see if he's queued Loom. He has. He's made it further than Tech Chariot. And on the right, we have Hardwired Legend playing as the Yellow Indians. So let's talk about this Civ matchup, Mayans versus Indians. Mayans are a great Civ in general. I think a lot of people would agree that they are S tier. Mayans, of course, having the Dark Age bonus of resources lasting longer and starting with an extra villager. Starting with an extra villager means that you will be housed immediately at the start of the game and that you will get Loom. So Mayan villagers will have Loom and they'll be just a little bit more resistant to harassment than Indian villagers. Hardwired Legend has already started pushing his deer. The deer are close on Irish Arabia. They are inside of this large ring of trees. So there is a relatively large ring of trees. There are more wood lines on Irish Arabia, but they are thinner. They can be ranged entirely by archers. So perhaps zeus2g is planning to go mass archers and range all of Hardwired Legend's wood lines so that he can't take wood. And if you can't take wood, you can't make buildings or farms. So you are in a hard place and maybe can't even win at that point. So looks like we've got a lumber camp coming up for Hardwired Legend in the back. I think this is a fantastic lumber camp. His map looks okay. He does have forward berries, although I will say he actually has a lot of open space here. This is one of the more open generations of Irish Arabia that I have seen, at least for Hardwired Legend. His map is pretty bad. I mean, his resources are back, and if he walls cleverly, he can wall a lot of wood into the corner, but he has a lot of open space, relatively speaking. Meanwhile, zeus2g has a much more classic Irish Arabia feel. The wood lines are more populous. There are more of them, although they are still thin. The main disadvantage with zeus2g's map is that his gold is extremely forward. Archers here even could range his gold. May not even need a tower from Hardwired Legend to deny this gold. So both are doing relatively well in terms of idle time for this ELO. I would say zeus2g just has a little bit more town center idle time than Hardwired Legend's got essentially one villager of town center idle time, and we see that reflected in the vill count. Going out to take his boar now. He has 4 on wood, so this is telling me that zeus2g is probably planning man-at-arms into archers, or a fast castle build. You really only see 3 when it comes to scouts. Speaking of which, let's check Hardwired Legend's villager count on wood. And yes, there it is, 3 villagers on wood. So this tells us that Hardwired Legend is probably going to go scouts. He is building up a mill here, cleverly building the mill to trap one of these villagers. Maybe not trap, but keep the villagers safe from being annoyed by enemy scouts. Let's see, we've got 25 HP for these villagers, so Hardwired Legend has not gotten Loom yet. He will probably get Loom just before clicking up to the Feudal Age, since that is what's recommended. Bringing in a boar now. These villagers will start firing. Oh no, he weakens the boar with the town center, and then kills it with villagers. These other villagers helping themselves to the sheep. So let's take a look at scouting information. zeus2g has not found Hardwired Legend yet, although he should see the R on the minimap and know that his opponent is going to be in this quadrant somewhere. Hardwired Legend, meanwhile, has done a quick run-up and has found zeus2g. So he knows where the town center is, he knows where zeus2g's gold is, he actually knows where the secondary gold is. So Hardwired Legend has everything he needs in terms of scouting information to do damage to zeus2g early. zeus2g walling up though, not wanting to take any chances. Hardwired Legend says, I want to stop this. But zeus2g is loomed, so he'll fight this off. It looks like Hardwired Legend's scout was damaged already before picking a fight with this villager. Probably has something to do with the fact that he discovered this town center so early. So Irish Arabia is generally more wallable from scout aggression. Scouts are not as effective on Irish Arabia. Hardwired Legend is on his way up to the feudal age. This is a 21 pop scouts build. He's now transferring a bunch out to wood. He'll need a barracks and he'll need a stable in order to be able to afford. Here we go. So we've got a barracks. The barracks has to come up first. Sometimes that always gets people. Or sometimes I should say that gets people. Not sometimes and always are mutually exclusive terms, right? But sometimes that gets people. Unless you're the Khmer, and then you don't need a barracks in order to build a stable. But every other civ needs that prerequisite barracks in order to make a stable. I like this walling here from zeus2g. He is walling to the edge of the map. I wish he'd wall to the edge of the map over here. Just wall this right here. Just take that. That way you don't have to worry as much about an overchop here, but it's fine. Is Hardwired Legend going to get walled into zeus2g's base? I think so. Can zeus2g finish this wall off, though, before Hardwired Legend can get in? I think probably. Hardwired Legend is seconds away from feudal age. He hits it now, and now a stable will come up from Hardwired Legend. zeus2g needs to get the heck out of here. His scout has taken a lot of damage from the town center and can no longer it never could outrun enemy scouts, but now it can't even fight back. So this villager trying to delay this wall off, or this villager trying to complete the wall off, and the scout trying to delay it, but Hardwired Legend is probably not going to get in, and zeus2g is going to sense this, that Hardwired Legend is close. He sees the fast feudal time, so he knows scouts are probably in the play. A barracks coming up from zeus2g. He is already on gold. So what's it going to be from zeus2g as he's on his way up? He went up on 24 pops, so it could either be late archers or he could be planning a fast castle. He may simply say, my economy is good enough. I feel that if zeus2g were going fast castle, though, we would see a lot more farms than we do. We don't really see any farms, so he is probably just going straight archers. So if you're Hardwired Legend, what do you do at this point? You know your opponent is fully walled. He's still making a scout anyway. He has one scout here, and he's making one scout now. There it is. Maybe that scout was queued before he realized his opponent was fully walled. So Hardwired Legend throwing down a bunch of farms. He'll use these two scouts to scout the map, but I don't think... Okay, he's going to make more. Never mind, make a liar out of me. So we'll see if Hardwired Legend can get in. I don't think so. It is possible to have an overchop pretty easily on this map, and it is also possible to miss a certain place with walling. Okay, looks like no more scouts from Hardwired Legend. He is getting Wheelbarrow now. Wheelbarrow is a good decision when you have between 12 and 14 villagers on farms. It becomes cost-effective, they say.
Tabish?
So is Hardwired Legend making archers? Yes, he is. He's on one range, so he only needs about 3 on gold, I would say, but he has 5. So this tells me that he's saving for the castle age, perhaps. So zeus2g... What's this? Is this another range? He's waiting for the wood to come in. Yep. There it is. It's actually a blacksmith. Same idea, though. So that he can get his blacksmith upgrades. These archers are probably intended simply to defend his walls from scouts. Neither player fast enough to get in and do damage in the feudal age, unfortunately. zeus2g has about a minute of town center idle time, and Hardwired Legend has about 32 seconds. So Hardwired Legend actually is behind on villagers from zeus2g because he got wheelbarrow. That explains it. Wheelbarrow takes 3 villagers to research, or at least the amount of time that your town center spends researching wheelbarrow. You could have made 3 villagers instead. We have a break-in attempt. zeus2g is going to wall behind, though. Hardwired Legend not able to get in. So that's not going to do anything, and we will see Castle Age come pretty soon. For Hardwired Legend, he has 800 food, and he has 5 on gold, and he is accumulating the gold now. He's got a little bit of extra wood, so he should be putting down a couple more stables, perhaps. And he is using the market. He's selling some wood to get the gold that he needs, and then clicks up. So zeus2g is still behind. He needs to click up soon. Hardwired Legend will have access to camels in the Castle Age. Obviously cannot build castles in the Feudal Age. And Hardwired Legend has a bonus as Indians, a team bonus in fact, where camels will do extra damage to buildings. I think it's +4 or +5 bonus damage to buildings. So these palisades will melt to camels.
Shot it.
Okay, no fletching for zeus2g. It makes sense if he's not planning on using these archers in the Feudal Age. Why get fletching and slow down your Castle Age? Okay, he's getting it now, actually. Hardwired Legend getting the armor for his scouts and for his cavalry in general. Looking to get in, but zeus2g is going to wall behind this. First building a palisade there, and then he needs to build a palisade over here, although... Okay, yep, he sees it. So what's Hardwired Legend going to do? Where has he been spending all of his wood? He built a second stable over here. Where's his gate? Maybe he left a... Okay, he left a hole right here. So he can still ride out. So Hardwired Legend is Castle Age. He has also just finished Bloodlines. What's it going to be? More scouts? Really? Okay, he's building more scouts and he's getting light cav. That is an interesting choice. I wouldn't think that a player would default to continuing to make light cavalry and scouts in Castle Age. Maybe Hardwired Legend is saving his gold for something else. I don't see any more town centers from Hardwired Legend. So hasn't started booming yet. A large fraction of zeus2g's villagers are idle. Oh wait, what is this? Scouts have gotten in? How did I miss that? These archers being put to work fighting the light cav. How did these light cav get in? Here I was thinking Zeus was completely walled off at home, but these archers are going to melt to the light cav. What is going on? zeus2g prematurely coming out to this wood line. These light cav are going to kill all of these villagers. Okay, zeus2g is on his way up to Castle Age, though.
Shot it.
Okay, that light cav going down. It's a good thing that zeus2g had so many archers. But I don't know how Hardwired Legend got in. The light cav now hacking away at the walls. They breached the first layer. I don't know how they got in the first time. But zeus2g house walling behind that and putting up another range. So Hardwired Legend now adding town centers. So he has another town center here and another town center here. And he is going to boom on 3 TCs. He has over 2 minutes of town center idle time now. And that number will increase as he has to maintain production from 3 town centers instead of just 1. Gate under attack. zeus2g has to send 4 villagers to repair it. These archers are going to work on the light cav. Do the light cav have the second armor? They do. And they have, I think, a little bit of extra pierce armor. Let's see. Yeah, they have 1 extra pierce armor in Castle Age. So now zeus2g is going to house wall this, which I think is the better option. He should have walled here in the beginning. As he reaches Castle Age, I'd like to see Crossbowman or Bodkin come in immediately. Preferably Bodkin, actually. It's probably the more important technology. But instead, it looks like he spent his food somewhere. He's queued up a lot of villagers. This food could be really helpful upgrading his units. Probably doesn't need to keep that many villagers in queue. Hardwired Legend sending villagers forward to build a seed workshop. So Hardwired Legend is serious about getting in. He wants to punish this forward gold. He knows it's here. However, zeus2g does have another gold in the back, which he could take in case he lost access to this gold. So in that sense, he can rely on his map. Hardwired Legend has done a good job being aggressive and preventing zeus2g from punishing his open map. Surely if zeus2g wanted to get in early, he could have. zeus2g building another town center here. So both players electing to boom. But Hardwired Legend is going to at least make a little bit of forward siege to pressure zeus2g. Both of these players are Irish players. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Shot it.
So we have Crossbowman now, no Bodkin yet. Hopefully they get Bodkin soon. zeus2g with a militia. That must have been a misclick. So let's see, what is he going? He's going Scorpions. So Scorpions tells me that he wants to prevent villagers from walling behind. No Mangonel. Mangonels will be better against big groups of archers, and he may find that he wants a Mangonel later. Hardwired Legend buying some wood. Okay, he is now queuing up a Mangonel. I think the Mangonel is a good choice. It'll do better against the archers. And Hardwired Legend, since he owns the map, is coming across and building a town center on this wood and stone here. Hardwired Legend also is getting close to having the resources to click up to the Imperial Age. Could be very helpful to him. He hasn't made a single camel this game yet. And maybe why would you, right? Because camels are really anti-cavalry units. However, camels are also good against, Indian camels at least, are better against crossbowmen. They don't quite have the pierce armor of light cav though, so I do get it. Like, it makes sense. Indian camels are better against ranged units, but not as good as knights would be. Hardwired Legend pressuring this house with a Mangonel. Gonna take it down, and the light cav are in. But zeus2g prepared. He's got a big ball of crossbows here, but these crossbows don't have bodkin, so let's see. They're doing 6 damage, and these light cav have 5 pierce armor. So if zeus2g had bodkin, he would be doing double the damage to these light cav. Right now, each of these crossbowmen are doing 1 damage per shot to the light cav. I don't know what Hardwired Legend is so scared about. Alright, he's coming back to pick off that spearman who was trying to snipe the siege. But he could absolutely run in here and dive this and massacre everything. Getting some Mangonel hits on zeus2g, and this is looking pretty GG. zeus2g has a university here. He's getting bodkin now for what archers he has left. He has a defensive Mangonel, but the light cav are in. They're going to clean up all of these archers. Hardwired Legend a little bit of an over micro there. Gonna clean up zeus2g's army. zeus2g has some pikemen, but he's only got 2 on food, so he's got way too much wood. He needs to sell some wood and buy some food and pump out like 10 pikemen to deal with this. And that is indeed what he is going to do. No, he's buying stone for a panic castle. I think Hardwired Legend can deny this. Perhaps not. So the castle will go up. This town center is under pressure from these mangonels. 1 mangonel goes down, having been in range of the town center. And zeus2g is going to lose this town center as Hardwired Legend has reached the Imperial Age. So now, surely Hussar is in the works here. Hardwired Legend has some extra wood he could probably sell to get the gold for Hussar. Hussar costs 600 gold. But it would be quite powerful for him. Now his light cav should have 6 pierce armor. Yes, because he has Indians. 6 pierce armor means that these light cav will take 1 damage per hit from crossbows, even with bodkin. And this is a disaster for zeus2g as he's repairing his town center to keep it up. Looks like he has an eagle here, either made it or a misclick. Hussar coming in for Hardwired Legend as is iron casting. But Hardwired Legend, I think, is going to raid zeus2g to death. He is selling wood for gold. What is he going to use that gold for? Probably more siege. I think zeus2g, caught off guard here by Hardwired Legend, did not take this ball of light cav and siege seriously enough. Was content to just stay within his easily wallable base. But his opponent punishing that. Catching him by surprise. He does have a mangonel, an emergency mangonel, getting a hit on this mangonel. And, alright, so his emergency mangonel has killed all of the siege. But the damage is done. zeus2g is at 36 villagers to Hardwired Legend 79. Hussar are not too bad against pikemen. They're an Imperial Age unit against a Castle Age unit. Even though that Castle Age unit is supposed to be a counter, it is a significant technology disadvantage. More Hussar are flooding in, more Hussar coming across the map. Actually, these are mostly villagers. These villagers are coming to build this castle. So, Hardwired Legend on 4 town centers here, pop capped at 95. And I guess stopping the attack. Could you imagine if these light cav were back here? If Hardwired Legend found that, he could deny this gold. But zeus2g is still alive for now and have kept his town center up, even at great cost. Are we going to see elephant archers? He's getting thumb ring and he's getting blast furnace. So maybe elephant archers are in the play. Hardwired Legend needs a trebuchet from this castle. Roll right up to here and treb this castle and then treb all the buildings. zeus2g simply cannot make enough pikemen. He has 3 pikemen on the field. So it looks like zeus2g is calling it, reading the cards, saying, I've got 34 vills, my opponent is an Imperial Age, has an untouched boom. We should just start the next game. But well played from both players. Thanks so much for entering in the tournament. These are tough maps, there's no doubt about it. And we respect the fact that zeus2g is giving it a try. But Hardwired Legend with a pretty decisive win here. We'll see if zeus2g can turn it around next game at Kill. Maybe he'll have something planned. It is his home map after all, so let's play it. Let's see what he has planned now. Alright, so the first game went to Hardwired Legend. The second game is Akil, and who knows what will happen. So zeus2g coming straight in to take the sheep. He knows he doesn't need to build any houses because on Akil you start with houses down here. zeus2g building the houses immediately, telling me that he's less familiar with the map. So we have, or sorry, Hardwired Legend is building these houses. zeus2g has not built any houses. So, Hardwired Legend is the Tatars, and zeus2g is the Japanese. I like both of these civs on this map. The Japanese have pretty cool economy bonuses. Their camps cost 50% less. Their mills cost 50% less wood. Their fishing ships have more health. zeus2g sending a villager over to the water immediately, electing to dock this area and start his fishing economy. What you want to do on this map is there are peat farms scattered across the map. zeus2g finding one of these peat farms. Each peat farm is equivalent to 2.6 villagers. Not each, but having at least one peat farm will give you 2.6 villagers on wood, just for free. You get 2 villagers on wood simply because you exist. There is not a lot of wood on this map, though. Very small, really terrible wood lines. But for what it's worth, the reeds do regrow. So we got a dock here coming down for zeus2g. Hardwired Magic has not built a dock or a barracks yet. He's just letting all of this wood float, which I think is a mistake. Their trade workshops, you get 2 villagers on gold for each trade workshop that you control. What we have here, a house coming down for zeus2g. Now, you should know that you can't wall this, not just because of these pirate hostile spearmen guarding these trade workshops, but also because of this unbuildable terrain all along the edge. And now we have a barracks coming down for zeus2g, so this is telling me some pretty aggressive play. You do not want to build too close to these pirate spearmen. He needs to delete this barracks and rebuild it somewhere else. These spearmen will destroy this barracks. They have a lot of attack. They had a lot of attack, I should say. Looks like they have 3 attack now. So the latest patch, breaking the spearman attack, that will need to be addressed.
Ready.
We'll have to fix that. Okay, so not so bad. The spearmen are not going to destroy this barracks as thought. However, the health of this barracks is still going down. That is annoying. zeus2g is going to have to repair. Okay, so zeus2g is building a lumber camp now. They cost half as much as Japanese, and he's trying to wall off this area. He could wall over here. He's not... He could kind of make like a choke point here. We got a scout fight. Hardwired Legend taking the high ground, but zeus2g has a villager nearby. These spearmen are going to take down this barracks slowly but surely. And what do we have planned here? A drush from zeus2g, I think. He's got 1 villager on gold. Hardwired Legend has nothing on wood, still has plenty of wood, he hasn't been spending it. zeus2g is at least making fishing ships. 4.6 villagers on wood that you get just from controlling a peat farm and from existing is enough to sustain constant villager or constant fishing ship production from the docks. So zeus2g repairing this barracks. Houses are coming up, so he's trying to wall. You can't wall on this map, zeus2g. Don't try. You could like small wall resources, but trying to build a big wall or something, just not going to work. So we do have militia being created. We've got 2 militias so far. He should make 1 more. Okay, so now it's going to be a Japanese drush, perhaps. Hardwired Legend is on his way to the feudal age, building his barracks a little bit further away from the spearmen, so that the spearmen do not attack it. Okay, so 4 militia drush for zeus2g. These militia are coming out across the map. Are they going to get damage in? Hardwired Legend is closing in on feudal age. It's about 40 seconds away. Hardwired Legend building a lumber camp on these unchoppable bushes here. That's unfortunate. This tells me he is not familiar with the map. These are just for decoration. The villagers cannot interact with these. So all of your lumber camps must be forward. Okay, so Hardwired Legend has reached the feudal age. He is now able to make archers. If he can take gold, archers will be very good against these militia. Zeus2g needs to pay attention. Don't run under the town center. Hardwired Legend fighting this off with his villagers. So he may be able to destroy Hardwired Legend's peat farm. Looks like Hardwired Legend controls... How many peat farms does Hardwired Legend own? He just owns this one. So zeus2g may not realize this, but if he destroys this peat farm here, it's like killing 2.6 villagers on wood. So now zeus2g is on his way up to the next stage. Hardwired Legend picking a fight with these spearmen. He's very lucky that the latest patch broke these spearmen, and these spearmen only have 3 attack. Otherwise, this could be pretty ugly. They used to have 12 attack. Spearmen coming down, and this range too close to these spearmen. He is very lucky that these spearmen do not have 12 attack. These villagers would have died 3 pokes ago. So he gets up a range, and he is going archers. This barracks is going down to these pirate spearmen. These pirate spearmen saying, hey, you are building too close to our zone of control. Whatever happened to that drush here? So zeus2g still on the move. You should destroy this farm quickly. Trying to get a villager pick off. It looks like Hardwired Legend has lost 1 villager, and these militia are now under the town center, so they will go down. Oh no, zeus2g dodging it. Alright, he's only losing 2 from that. He still has some militia over here pressuring the gold. Okay, Hardwired Legend losing another villager and another villager. This is looking really good for zeus2g. He's killed 3 villagers with this drush. But Hardwired Legend does have archers out. What's zeus2g going to do now? He has a range of his own, probably to make skirmishers. I say that as he goes on gold clearly to make archers. So it's going to be archer v archer. zeus2g is also going out to stone here.
Ready.
So we got an archer working on these spearmen. zeus2g wanted to keep up his original blacksmith, but these spearmen are coming after the archers now. They're very short-sighted pirates. So they could stand right here and not see these archers, but they did have a very large attack. So all that zeus2g has to do is micro back to avoid these spearmen.
Ready.
zeus2g in a war with Gaia over here. He is eventually going to clear this up, get the archer mass. And it looks like he does plan to kill these spearmen and take this trade workshop for his own. Meanwhile, Hardwired Legend here, both players have a lot of food. zeus2g has the resources to click the Castle Age. I'd like to see him click now. Both players are at least a minute and 39 seconds of idle time. Hardwired Legend with over almost 3 minutes. He's got 3 minutes of town center idle time now. So what's the plan for Hardwired Legend? He's getting fletching now. And I'd like to see these players also pressure each other's peat farms. They only have half the normal health. But zeus2g's got his eyes on the prize here, looking at these trade workshops. Okay, and with that, zeus2g capturing a trade workshop, Hardwired Legend capturing a trade workshop. So both players are fighting over the trade workshops. This is fun. This is what I wanted to see. But it looks like Hardwired Legend wants the second trade workshop. zeus2g electing to push out across the map, though, and raid some eco from Hardwired Legend. Letting Hardwired Legend have this trade workshop, which I think is a mistake. But he may not know what Hardwired Legend is up to as well. So he knows that he controls this trade workshop, but he doesn't know much more than that. I guess he knows that Hardwired Legend controls the trade workshop in the middle. He has it in his vision range now. So zeus2g kind of scaring away some of Hardwired Legend's villagers. Is anybody going to go to Castle Age this game? zeus2g certainly has the resources for it. He's getting out of here, though. He's outnumbered. We got stables coming down for Hardwired Legend here. He is on his way to the Castle Age. zeus2g not far behind. Hardwired Legend is fishing some shorefish. You cannot build farms on this map, so in terms of economy, you need to fish long term. And zeus2g has 6 fishing ships, so he's taking fish and he has a decent food income from that. Hardwired Legend has to divert some of his villagers to taking shorefish from these ponds. It's also an option. It's enough on gold to sustain 1 night production, but if he has 2 stables and he has some extra gold, he can make 2 stable nights for a little while. zeus2g fights off Hardwired Legend's scout, and both players are kind of camping. We've got a ton on gold from zeus2g, so I'm not really sure what this is. Probably Japanese crossbows would be my guess. Hardwired getting the gold mining upgrade. zeus2g has gotten no economy upgrades so far. Wheelbarrow makes no sense, which is kind of funny. Hardwired Legend still got, or sorry, not wheelbarrow, horse collar. Hardwired Legend getting horse collar despite not being able to make farms, which is pretty funny. So both players are now Castle Age. Hardwired Legend pushing, coming up to this hill to secure this central area. He's got 6 on stone, so this is telling me that he wants a castle. zeus2g is getting crossbow now. zeus2g should buy some food and get Bodkin as well. Bodkin is super important. It'll be very helpful against these knights, which Hardwired Legend has 1 of. He's not making any more knights. He's got crossbow here. zeus2g put off Bodkin in the first game, but he's not making that same mistake again. Bodkin is now coming in for him. He has 2 on wood, but remember he controls a peat farm and he exists, and you get bonus wood just for existing on this map. He's outnumbered here. He's going to have to pull back. Can't fight that. So if you're Japanese, I think archers are a good play on this map. He's just letting Hardwired Legend have this trade workshop, and Hardwired Legend isn't pressuring this trade workshop himself. So this knight is going to go down. These cav archers will pull back. Hardwired Legend has 7 archers in queue. He has 6 on the field, and this is a very... Okay, this is a defensive castle from zeus2g. Wants to secure this wood and this stone. Siege Workshop has gone up. So he's going to have to hurry up and build this castle lickety-split before a mangonel gets here. Once a mangonel arrives, he will be in trouble. Mangonel will counter his ball of archers, and it will be really good at throwing rocks on top of the heads of the villagers building this castle. So we've got a pretty brutal exchange here, both players losing a lot of military. Where's the mangonel, Hardwired Legend? He had the wood, he had the gold for it. A mangonel would have denied this castle from zeus2g, but this castle is going to go up. Now, zeus2g has some choices. He could sell some stone and then buy some food and click up to imp, and then start trebbing down Hardwired Legend. I think that's the play once this castle goes up. Who cares about the rest of the map? He has all the resources he needs. This gold isn't going to run out anytime soon. But Hardwired Legend is instead making rams. So rams will be very good against all the ranged units, and indeed, if zeus2g only makes ranged units, rams will probably take that castle down, assuming that there aren't any villagers nearby to batter it down. He's now going on to the stone. I'd like to see this stone mine a little bit further away from the stone. So Hardwired Legend is also putting up a castle. Hardwired Legend still has not docked yet. zeus2g built a fire ship looking for Hardwired Legend's fish, but could not find any because Hardwired Legend did not build any. So I think zeus2g has played this pretty well so far. He's even getting gill nets, so he's doing what you're supposed to do on this map. He's playing to the map, and I respect that. I really appreciate that. Hardwired Legend, though, doing a better job spending his resources. zeus2g has a big lump of gold here that he hasn't spent. He's getting gill nets to accelerate the rate at which his fishing ships work. I think Japanese fishing ships already work a little bit faster, too, so these are going to be insane fishing ships now. Another range coming down. Is he going to produce from all three ranges? Here come the rams. The rams are coming to attack the castle. The villagers could batter the rams, but there are knights to batter the villagers. So this is going to be pretty tough. I think this castle could go down here to this army. zeus2g ahead, but maybe not. Sort of not taking his opponent seriously. The military count is going down. The archers are auto-attacking the rams, which is a disaster. Villagers coming out to batter the rams, but there are too many knights here. Both sides losing a lot of military here. But the important thing is that Hardwired Legend has kept most of his rams alive. He is going to take this castle down. Oh, but zeus2g coming in with a clutch samurai. Samurai saving the day, keeping the castle up. I can't believe it. Well played, zeus2g. Now getting elite skirm. So Samurai are generally powerful units. They attack quite quickly. He has no upgrades for them. Hopefully he'll get some upgrades. zeus2g with 2k stone. Spend the stone, man. Drop castles all over the map. Sell it. Get imp. He has many options. But Japanese are absolutely superior to Tatars in every way. I do not like Tatars. I think they're not a very great civ. I mean, I understand the design choices, but missing the final armor upgrades, the two armor upgrades, Castle Age and Imperial Age on their infantry is devastating. It means that they have no answer to a siege pike push. They can't deal with it. And Japanese are very good at siege pike pushes. We got some samurai coming here. zeus2g, come take these trade workshops. I guess he's just content to let Hardwired Legend have them. Two of them. University coming up for zeus2g. So could be to get building armor upgrades and building health upgrades. Could be to get ballistics. Hopefully it's for ballistics. We have not seen any pikemen from zeus2g. I'd like to see some pikemen. His opponent has justified it, made enough knights for it. But the game is going to be decided by whoever clicks imp first and treads down the opponent's castle. Now zeus2g has built another castle up here. He is expanding, he's making outposts so he can see a lot more of the map. Let's see what his vision is. So he's got decent vision here. He's been mining in the back, he's been hunting in the back. And he has good fishing, eco. I just like to see zeus2g take advantage of his military lead here. He is making an attack now, but he left these samurai home. These samurai could be helpful against the knights. Hardwired Legend fighting him off and going Imperial Age. So Cav Archers are just not great against crossbowmen. But this is the Tatars' preferred army composition. Cav Archer Knight. It's what they want to do for Cav Archer Keshik. So Hardwired Legend will reach Imperial Age first because its economy was better balanced. He'll tread down both of these castles, and then zeus2g will be in trouble. zeus2g needs to click up himself. But he spent a lot of gold on crossbowmen. But there's absolutely no reason why he couldn't build a siege workshop here, make like 3 rams or a couple mangonels, and just wipe all this stuff out. Who cares if this castle is here? I understand you don't have to go in to necessarily win if you're zeus2g, based on where this castle is situated. Camel's coming out for Hardwired Legend, which does not make any sense at all. Maybe it was a misclick, because zeus2g has made no cavalry. Probably doesn't plan to make cavalry. We have a siege workshop coming down for Hardwired Legend. So you can make sheep from mills. It looks like somebody made some sheep. Or just found some sheep. Who knows? Got another lumber camp coming up. Hardwired Legend reaches Imp. We'll see a trebuchet get queued from this castle probably pretty soon. He's got the wood for it. What's he going to do with his Imps? We haven't seen anything so far. Let's talk about villagers. I like this castle for zeus2g. I wish zeus2g would go Imp himself. But at least this castle shuts down these production buildings, and it denies Hardwired Legend's gold here. So zeus2g is in a pretty commanding position. Hardwired Legend has gotten Imp, but I don't see that he's really doing anything with it. He hasn't made any Imperial Age units, or built any, or researched any Imperial Age technologies. Hardwired Legend has made a bunch of sheep now. Mangonel comes out. zeus2g, wake up. Nice. Micros it down. zeus2g is definitely the underdog here. It's fun to see him do so well on his home map of Akio. Okay, Bracer finally coming in for Hardwired Legend, although he has 0 on food, and with nothing on fish, Hardwired Legend is struggling for food. People are starving. Okay, here's a Mangonel, though. zeus2g needs to be very careful. This Mangonel could kill everything he has. And Hardwired Legend is at 40 villagers to zeus2g's 57. Now, granted, half of zeus2g's economy is idle somewhere, but at least it exists. So we can't really fight this. There's not really a reason to fight this. He might be able to kite some of these Cav Archers. Okay, he's taking some shots at Hardwired Legend's farm. Comes with the cost of 5 archers, though. I don't think that's worth it. And more archers going down to Mangonel Fire. Come on, finish it off, zeus2g. Finish it off, and then you can fight these Cav Archers. zeus2g getting pikemen. These villagers are going to start taking this gold now. And zeus2g is still not interested in Castle Age, it looks like. zeus2g, they're not interested in Imp. zeus2g is all in Castle. What's he doing? Fight! Got some idols up here. So Hardwired Legend definitely with the better macro between these two players. Able to keep his buildings producing. Able to keep everything working in Hardwired Legend's economy. If you're a villager in Hardwired Legend's town, you work. Not like these loafs in zeus2g's eco, which can just stand around. Maybe the jitters from being in Game 2 are getting to him. I don't know. But he's making hordes of pikemen. He's got 10 pikemen in the queue and 8 pikemen on the field. I disagree with this. I don't think Hardwired Legend has enough knights to justify all these pikemen. And Hardwired Legend now with Cav Archers picking off these villagers that built the outpost. Hardwired Legend 35 villagers to zeus2g's 52. Hardwired Legend still not trebbing down zeus2g's castles. I think this is also a mistake. But I think both players are struggling for wood here. Monastery coming down for Hardwired Legend. Wants to collect this relic. Makes sense. We still have... Alright, we have a mangonel here. So eventually zeus2g did lose all of his crossbows, but the damage was done. Hardwired Legend coming out here to take this gold now. He can't take this gold here. zeus2g maybe could buy a little bit of stone and castle drop this. But the thing is that Hardwired Legend theoretically is Imperial Age, so he could make trebs. He's finally doing so now. And we have Trebuchet and Cav Archer push for Hardwired Legend. Hardwired Legend looks to be in a pretty commanding position. zeus2g had so many opportunities to go imp and end this game, but unfortunately he was too busy sending his crossbows around. And he did, to be fair, he did kill a lot of villagers, but he needs imp. So even though he has this area completely under control, he's forgotten about these trade workshops. These two trade workshops are giving Hardwired Legend 4 villagers on gold between the two of them. And they're just right here. Just walk over and take them, dude. You can capture them. So one castle goes down. This castle will be next. zeus2g, forever castle age, building a market now, and then he will buy resources and click imp himself, probably. I didn't realize he didn't even have a market. See what the market prices are. You can buy food for 138 gold apiece, and that's what he's doing. He's buying food, and he's going to click imp. Imagine if he had done that 15 minutes ago. He would have won. So Hardwired Legend at 29 villagers. Is he making more? He's got 2 villagers in queue somewhere. It's going to take him a long time to get up to the villager count that zeus2g has. University will go down. And then Hardwired Legend will be free to push this castle and this castle. Not that that university was really stopping him, but it is the natural progression of things. Hardwired Legend relying heavily on these shorefish. Still, no dock from Hardwired Legend. Surely he must at some point have seen these fire ships and known, oh, you can dock. So we got more crossbowmen up here on a raid, killing some villagers. Cav archers are going to have to respond to them. zeus2g backs up though. He's outnumbered and his opponent has bracer and chemistry. We have more ranges coming down from zeus2g. zeus2g theoretically has a military advantage. Oh, okay, there's a pike raid up here that I didn't see. Gonna try to get a surround on these cav archers. Send everybody, the pointy boys, the crossbows, the skirms. zeus2g reaches the Imperial Age. What does he do with it? He can afford to make trebuchets.